Hello, today I am going to be comparing two teams that look to be in the upper half of a pack this year, the Hangzhou Spark and the Seoul Dynasty. Seoul have made massive changes to all of their roles except for DPS, and the Spark have recreated their support line and coaching staff while making big upgrades to their DPS line. Who looks better? I'll be going over that today. We'll start with the DPS line. Seoul have retained the elite DPS line of Profit and Fitz while picking up the highly anticipated rookie Stork 3R, while Hangzhou has retained the DPS line of Architect and Shy, while picking up the star Bilibili Gaming DPS duo of Alfie and Pineapple. Now, I don't want to sound like I'm underplaying the Spark guys. Shy and Alfie are genuinely insane talents, and Pineapple and even Architect should be able to hold their own with the top of the top. Their loaded DPS line proves they have massive depth when it comes to meters and heroes. However, Seoul's DPS line is just better. Fitz was a top 3 hitscan last year, and Profit has been a top of the world flex player since Season 1. And then you get Stork 3R, who has a very similar hero pool to Profit and is comparable in skill. These guys are probably one of the most flexible DPS lines in the game, while Hangzhou has 4 players that cover everything. Seoul has 2 hyperflexes that can flex to the hitscan or projectile and a world-class hitscan. There isn't a meta where these guys were struggling. Profits was unstoppable even without a good tank line and support line, and they have only gotten better with Stalker. I give this to Seoul. Next, the tank line. I know this is a difficult thing to discuss with Seoul as they are going to add another tank later on. However, Smurf is all we have to go with until at least the season starts, so we'll go with that. The Hangzhou Spark certainly have the edge in flexibility, considering they have 3 tanks for 1 slot, but honestly even if we take the main tanks together, I don't think the gap is too big. She went under the radar, but that was mainly because his team was crumbling. At their peaks, Kshu and Smurf are pretty much equal in my opinion. Kshu is cracked with a legitimate team around him. I'll give this one to Hangzhou. The Kshu-Smurf gap, if there is any, isn't enough to overcome potential flexibility issues from the Glads. Next, the support line. Hangzhou have signed Darnie from Bilibili Gaming, as well as Superic from Team Cise. Meanwhile, Seoul have brought back Creative, while signing Jonake from the New York Excelsior and Vin Dame from O2 Blast. These are really interesting pickups from the side of both teams. Irony is very cracked though not as hyped as the other newbies. I'd say he is better than Creative, though. However, Superic was one of the if not the best main supporting contenders for a long time. He is a massive upgrade over how I'd played as of late. I would expect these guys to perform to a very high level for the Spark, rivaling their 2019 backline. However, Seoul's backline is just much more well-rounded and frankly better. While I said Arnie is better than Creative, I don't think he's touched Jonake yet. Jonake has been a star player for New York for 4 years straight, even when the team didn't look amazing in 2020 and 2021. He is a monster and I don't see that changing any time soon. Then Vin Dame is cracked as well. It's hard to say who is better between him and Superic. I'd probably give it to Superic, because Vin Dame hasn't played anything other than Brig for a while. However, Seoul's support line is mostly better than and is more well-rounded than Hangzhou's in case of new heroes or double flex meters. I'd give this one to Seoul. Finally, the coaching. I am not impressed with the coaching for either team. Seoul retained most of their 2020 coaches where they went 12-12 in the regular season and lucked into grand finals, picking up Toby as a head coach, whereas Hangzhou has too many coaches in my opinion, 2 player coaches and Chang'un. It'll be a shit show, but honestly, I choose to have faith in Toby that he will be better than Chang'un. Arnold has a lot of faith in Toby, and for reasons that make sense in my opinion. He can command more respect from the players. He also seems like a much smarter player than most, and he would be able to see the perspectives of the team members. Chang-gun is weird, though. He is a very peaky coach. When he peaks, his teams look like the best in the world, like London and Seoul. Expect a weird and frustrating season from this park. I'm giving this one to Seoul. Overall, I'd give this one to Seoul. I am concerned about their tank flexibility and coaching, but I don't think their coaching is outright bad compared to Hangzhou's. And honestly, Profits and Stalker are likely enough to demolish the Spark themselves. Thanks for watching, and remember to like and subscribe for more. I upload almost daily Overwatch League videos, and am trying to hit 100 subs by Season 5, so any subscription helps greatly. Thanks.